Herbert Clark. Today I want to talk about, does a geographical change grief? Well, for me, no. Geographical change doesn't necessarily change you. What sometimes for some people, a geographical change does do better. It does help them improve their inner self, uh, the internal things. But for me, it did not work. After the passing of my spouse, I was going through a deep grieving stage. I grieved a lot. Still am grieving. But I had this thought overnight. Well, if I move and go to another state, after 40 years of being in one state where my wife and I were married for 28 years. So I moved to the other state, and I noticed one thing, that my grief still didn't end there. Now, when you have a loved one, whether it's a family member that we all love very much, and that I love very much, I was thinking, well, if I move, I said my grief would not be as strong. Well, right today, with almost a year, my grief is lessened, but the grief will always be there, and it will always be there in that circumstance. But what I have to do is not make that external change, the geographical change. What I have to do is change within me. Because if I don't change within me, everything I do, I keep repeating what I was doing prior to moving, and I'm getting the same results. So, for me, the grief, or me grieving at that same magnitude, I have to start working on me. So that's basically what I'm going to tell you today is, if the geographical change is not working for you, as for me, it's not working really that great for me. I was told by relatives that were close to me that I could have stayed where I was for 40 years and worked on me, and the geographical change wouldn't have been so important. So now that I made a geographical change, I will work on me on the inside. Now it does help. I am a retiree. It does help for me to find something to keep my mind occupied, find some hobbies, find part-time employment, or do other hobbies that I like doing that will keep my mind occupied. But I'm here to tell you that the grief will never leave. There will be certain degrees and smaller degrees as time goes past. But for me, I have to find something to do that I like. I like making videos. I like computers. I like reading. I like doing a little work here and there. And the key thing to do is keep yourself occupied. And hopefully this can help you in your grieving stage. It's not necessarily a geographical move. If that works for you, that's fine. But the main thing is to work on you as I am working on me. And I'll come back with you at a later time. I just want to just input that in your mind, that if you're grieving, terribly grieving, try working on you on the inside. That's what will change. The change will make you better. I could have been keeping in touch with you all through the beginning of my deep grieving stage that was suggested to me, but I just didn't feel like it. Some days the depression hits me, and to you all that know what depression does, it can take you out. You become isolated, which is the most worst kind of grief is to be isolated from your loved ones and your friends. And the one thing that I don't necessarily like, but it's tough love for me, is for a loved one or friend to give you good counseling. It might sound like tough love, but it's good counseling. Constructive criticism. Also, it may be a good idea to get some professional guidance or professional help in some sort of way. But I'm working on those things. So the key point I want you to understand is not always do a geographical change do that change for you. The change you have to make, or the change I have to make, is to do an internal change. And that's what we have to do today. And hopefully this video will help someone out. Thank you very much.